Scorpios, I was really feeling you today, and the cards did not disappoint. So let's see what Spirit has as your message for today, Scorpio. So you got the Queen of Alchemy. I love this card. The Queen of Alchemy is telling you that you have the ability to alchemize a situation in your life. Like, you have the ability to take a specific situation or circumstance that you're in and transform it. So you've got a window of opportunity this week to begin this transformation. And you're like, Gabby, what transformation? What area of your life? Well, honey, you're going to need to make a decision. So Spirit's basically saying you may have like two-ish things where you're like, yeah, I could want that to be a little bit better, you know. So Spirit's like, hey, look at what's going on around you, look at what's, you know, what you're feeling, what you're doing, all that jazz, and pick one. Like, really decide, like, hey, this is the area of my life that I specifically want to transform and alchemize. For a lot of you, it's work, honestly. There's been a lot of drama going on at work, I know that. So, but not all of you. Some of you Scorpios do have a different situation, like your living situation, that you also want to transform. So Spirit's like, hey, sit, contemplate, but you need to choose. Like, it's time to decide, and like really decide in your heart, I want to transform this specific situation. Like, choose, okay? Now, hold on to that thought, because Spirit also has a message for you about temptation. The Devil card in this deck is super cute, by the way. Look at how adorable this is. But Spirit's basically saying, think about like what your temptations are and what are they trying to tell you? Like, if you have certain, like a craving for something, like if you have a craving for a certain food, sometimes that's telling you have like a certain deficiency that you need to address. You know what I mean? So like, really sit and think about like, what is it that you're being tempted by right now, or even obsessed with? And just listen to what that is trying to communicate to you about something that you should be doing, something different you should be eating. But just like, get to the bottom of whatever this is, okay? Because there's actually a lesson here or a message. And when I say lesson, don't freak out like, I'm tired of lessons, blah, blah, blah. Honey, you're already living the lesson. Like, you're trying to understand what the message is. Like, what is Spirit trying to tell you? So really sit and concentrate on that, because as you choose like what area you want to alchemize, it's really important that you get this like deep self-awareness that craving or temptation is trying to communicate to you. Does that make sense? Like, you have to get to the bottom of it, because there's a certain deep self-awareness that's required to go to the next step. So I love that Spirit's being so clear and direct with you, and I hope that you love that too, because what's really weird is right after the Double card, we got the Temperance card. So you do need to find balance in something. There is definitely an area of your life where you're out of balance. And it's almost like the out of balanceness has the potential to spiral a bit. I'm going to give you an example. I'm a food girly, so I use a lot of food examples, right? So like, I was eating too many sunflower seeds, and then it turned out I was missing like magnesium or something. So I started drinking coconut water. Way better for me, right, than overindulging in salt and sunflower seeds. So that was that. But that was overindulgence, but it was also trying to tell me something, okay? Now, on the Temperance card, like, think about the spiral as in, like, I don't know if you've ever gotten in one of those, like, sugar and salt spirals where you're like, okay, I ate something salty, now I want something sweet. I ate something sweet, now I want something salty. And then you end up snacking for, like, 4 hours because you're, like, in this, like, spiral of snacking and keep trying to, like, figure it out. So Spirit's like, oh my gosh, stop that. Don't overindulge in the sugar, and then you won't be like expecting to, you know, try and overcompensate by having salt. Okay. And again, it may not be food. I'm just using those as examples because that is what I do. I do the salt and sugar spiral. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, so figure out where balance actually means that one overindulgence might lead to overindulgence or being out of balance in like more areas. Like, what is it that could cause you to spiral like that? And try and figure out a way to like get it back under control. Like, if you've already kind of gone down this spiral, like, start ratcheting it back down. But Spirit wants you to be in better balance, because I'm telling you, the message here is you can't alchemize if you are completely out of whack with your time or with your nutrition or with your attention or with your money. So whatever it is that's out of whack, you need that to be in balance so that you can transform this thing that you are deciding you want to transform. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Because Spirit's giving you specific steps here, right? Like, ain't gonna change if you don't change is really what's coming through. So think about making this decision, think about the temptation, think about like getting back in balance and getting that spiral under control. And then also just really understand that there's a certain amount of self-limiting beliefs going on that you can clear in order to get this transformation. Because you did get the Eight of Swords, right? Which is like self-imposed limitations, self-imposed restrictions. So Spirit's kind of saying, hey, in some ways, you are like preventing yourself from seeing a way out. It's almost like if you're stuck in like the job spiral, for example, if that's the area where like, actually I do need that to transform, but you know, I can't because blah, blah, blah. Spirit's like, okay, no, there's actually a solution. And it's almost like you're like willfully not seeing it. Like if all your coworkers hate you, go get a new job. Like go get a new job. You know what I mean? Or if you hate how many responsibilities you have, like, you know, go get a different job title with different responsibilities. Like there's a way out of your situation, and Spirit's like, unfortunately, like you keep trying to solve it in place. It's almost like you've entered a competition and you've accepted somebody else's rules, but the only way to win is to not play by those rules, and you have to set the rules for the game in order for you to be able to win the game. So Spirit's like, you may need a fresh start. You may need to like exit that situation to move yourself into a different one where you can be more on your own terms and then create a more satisfying outcome for yourself. Like if you're in healthcare and you hate healthcare, you don't have to do healthcare anymore. Like, and I know that sounds obvious, and you're like, I mean, come on, if it was that obvious, I'd do it. But I'm telling you, a lot of times it is that obvious, and people like overlook it because it's that obvious, and that's why they're not doing it. And I'm telling you, there's something you're overlooking. Like this Eight of Swords is telling you this is like a willful blind spot at this moment. So this is supposed to be like encouragement from Spirit to like really look at the situation and be like, well, okay, then if I want to transform this, what's the biggest transformation I can do? Sometimes it's leaving, right? Sometimes it's, you know what, go for that promotion instead. Like you maybe think, oh, I can't get that promotion, so you don't even try for it. Well, you're not going to get it if you don't try. You know what I mean? Or even going for your dream job. I see a lot of people who don't even apply for their dream jobs because they just assume they won't get it. Well, you're not going to get it if you don't apply. Spirit's basically like, get going. Like take off the blindfold, take off the restraints, and get moving, because you can have what you want. You just need to go after it, is the message here. So again, decision, get to the bottom of the temptation because it's telling you something you're missing. Get more in balance on something because this is hurting you more than you know. I am going to say that. And then take the blindfold off and go for it. I am seeing that the reason I kept going in on job is you did get the Two of Pentacles. So I really think you have like a job decision to make. But I will say, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, come on. It's time to make some decisions and also look for your twos. But this is very, very clear that the power is in your hands. You just have to decide. That's going to change the situation in and of itself. Just you making a decision is going to change things, okay? Because when I asked Spirit, what's going to happen? You got the Sun card. You got the Sun card. This is you walking into like your dream future. This is like, you know, the best possible outcome. Like, look at how happy she is. She's dancing through a field of sunflowers. You know, she's rocking it with her magic wand and whatever that bird is. So this could be you. This could be you, right? I love that meme, that this could be us meme. Like, this could be you, right? Just all you have to do is like make that decision. Really claim this power, claim this energy of being the queen of alchemy. You can alchemize, you can transform, you can change the situation into whatever you want it to be, right? Here's the vibe. Here's where we started. Here's how we ended. The only thing in between involves you making some decisions. That's it. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to pull your affirmation cards. And while I do, yes, private readings are open. And the workshop everybody's been asking for, channeling and divination, is scheduled for this weekend. The link is in my bio. I'm so excited. All the details are on there. So go ahead and check out the link. All y'all have been wanting that one. And I also scheduled a workshop about working with Hecate. That's the other most demanded one. All right, you got your 3 cards out. Oh my God, you're going to kill me. You got I am tactful again. I'm so sorry. So whatever it is that you're trying to change, you have got to be tactful about it, or else you might end up with a tower moment. I'm just going to say that. So I'm so sorry. You guys get so mad at me about that I am tactful card. All right, 28, I'm a leader. Like, lead yourself. Like, lead yourself out of the situation, and don't be afraid to accept a leadership role. Like, maybe you're dissatisfied at your current level because you're supposed to be leading. Think about that for a hot second. Spirit's like, lead the way, honey. That is what Spirit's saying. 23. So funny. 26, 28, and 23. This is wild. I am adventurous. Like, embrace that sense of adventure. This is giving that whatever it is you want to transform, the biggest transformation you can do is like, go get a new adventure for that. Like, I'm telling you, like, you need to go grab life by the horns and just get at it. Okay. That's the message here, is get after it. Love that energy for you. Claim the energy of getting after it. Claim the energy of transformation. I hope you have an awesome week, Scorpio. Love you. I'll see you in the next one.